From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam. Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen are the show when it's orchestra for singing glee. We're the Smoothies Three. Last but not least, with Bud Heason. Burns and Allen night at your house brings another gay show and a suggestion for a grand lunch. Serve Spamwiches. Just open a can of Spam, cut slices of this tender, delicious meat, and put between slices of bread. Use your own imagination, too, because Spam is taste-tempting meat that goes perfectly with plain ketchup, cream cheese, chopped olive, or any favorite fixing. Spamwiches always make a hit. In Boston tomorrow, the American Legion Convention Parade will last all day. The Legion marching units will be served Spamwiches with the compliments of Hormel, lucky Legionnaires. So have a grand time in Boston, buddies, and enjoy those Spamwiches. Satisfying food that tastes well and sticks to the ribs. To those in the rest of the nation, we suggest you try Spamwiches for lunch tomorrow. Just remember to ask your food dealer for Spam, a Hormel product. The stars of our own Spam convention, George and Gracie.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Gracie.
Hello, Bud. That certainly was a pretty girl you were with last night.
Oh, Gracie, last night I was with you.
I know.
Well, that's a nice complimentary little opening.
Bud, why didn't you take me to Ciro's? It's such a nice place. It only costs $10.
Well, Gracie, you know how I am about going to a place that's full of picture stars and big personalities.
You mean you're a little shy?
Yeah, about $10.
Listen, I've got some swell news for everybody.
Oh, what is it, Poopsie?
Gracie, I'm no longer Poopsie.
No?
From now on, I'm Snoopsy.
Oh.
I've just been asked to write a guest column for Ed Sullivan,
Who's that?
the newspaper columnist.
I never heard of him.
He's read all over.
Oh, an Indian.
When I say he's read all over, I mean he's syndicated.
Oh, I was syndicated once.
You were?
On my left arm. Want to see the scar?
No. You mean vaccinated.
Oh.
When a columnist is syndicated, it means they run all over the country.
Oh, you mean like Eleanor Roosevelt?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway, I'm writing this column, and if you hear of any gossip, let me know. You
Oh,
get like to be
gossip.
very...
Well, listen to this.
You got something?
Well,
let's hear it.
Did you hear about Gene Autry?
Gene Autry?
Mm-hmm.
No. What about him?
His horse is going around Hollywood wearing dark glasses.
His horse is wearing dark glasses?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be recognized. He's ashamed.
Ashamed of what?
Well, it's supposed to be one of Crosby's horses.
Well, that's a nice bit of news. Say, Artie, you ought to know some gossip. You've got a house right in the middle of the movie colony.
Yeah, that's right, George. Ann Sheridan lives on one side of me.
Who lives on the other side?
Who cares?
Well, can you tell me anything about Sheridan?
Well, every night as soon as she rushes up to her room, I rush up to mine.
What happened?
I don't know. She's always a shade ahead of me.
Well, thanks, Artie. So far, I've got nothing for my column.
George,
Yes?
come here.
Oh, you got something.
Now, I don't want Artie Shaw to hear this, but
Step away.
this is really scandal.
Mm-hmm.
He was at a party the other night, and he got a certain girl out in the garden by telling her he'd teach her how to play the clarinet.
Yeah.
And that she gets sore.
Why?
He taught her how to play the clarinet.
Who was the girl?
Well, I don't want to mention any names, but Would you like to hear me play Dinah?
Later. Right now, I've got a column to write, you see.
Señor Burns, yo tengo una noticia para el periódico este de los...
Artie, what does your guitar player send you all these things?
Well, George, you know, we're playing at the Palace Hotel in San Francisco, and he's sore because he's not staying at the Palace.
I see.
So I got him a room at a little Spanish hotel, the El Flaco.
The El Flaco?
Sí, some hotel. 50 cents a day, and for 25 cents extra, they throw in your breakfast.
What's wrong with that?
They have to throw it in through the transom?
Look, senor, the El Flaco's a nice hotel. Every room has a bath.
With lukewarm water.
Lukewarm water? You mean lukewarm water. Leak means it comes through the ceiling.
That's the El Flaco.
Now, boys, I just as soon not
Say,
have...
you know, I was born in San Francisco.
I know that, Gracie, but I've got to get a column,
Hey,
you see.
George, if you want things to write up about, go up there. San Francisco is big. In fact, it's one of the most beautiful cities in this part of the country.
Well, why are you whispering?
I don't want Los Angeles to hear me.
Say, Salman.
Yes, Mr. Burns.
Well, maybe you know of a little scandal. You've been working in the studio for years.
Yes, and what a job. 4 years in Harvard, and this is what I do for a living.
Look, disappointed Einstein. Have you got anything for my column?
Well, here's a little item that might prove of interest. It concerns marine life, the creative and amatory instincts of the species Crustacea mollusca. To you, oysters.
Well, thanks. But, Soundman, there's nothing interesting in the life of an oyster.
Mr. Burns, you'd be surprised what goes on under those shells.
You people don't seem to understand. Ed Sullivan wanted a big radio comedian to write his column, and today he asked me.
What made him change his mind?
Look, I've got to get this column finished. But don't you know a little scandal?
Well, I'm not the one to talk, but I met a certain Hollywood star the other day, and she invited me up to her apartment.
Oh, no, getting something.
Yeah. She brought out a plate of sandwiches, and I ate about 2 or 3. Then she looked into my eyes, and I looked into hers.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly, she turned out the light.
Well, what happened?
I'm no fool. I ate the rest of the sandwiches.
Who was this beautiful girl?
Want to hear me play Dinah?
Oh. It was you, Gracie, don't you know something about Hollywood that would interest millions of readers all over the country?
Oh, no. Nothing outside of that accident.
Accident? What accident?
Well, last Saturday night, Jimmy Durante was driving to the movies when suddenly his head started rolling from side to side.
His head started rolling from side to side?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, they rushed him to a doctor.
Well, what did the doctor do?
Well, he just took his nose out of the windshield wiper and then he went on to the movies.
And now, the Smoothies, Bab, Charlie, and Little will sing That's For Me.
Light-hearted, gay kind of tongue you display. That's for me. The wonderful, sly little trick with your eye. That's for me. What a feather in my hat if I could gratify your wish. Do you like the movies? Or what is your favorite dish? The tilt of your chin when you chuckle or grin. That's for me. You might as well know that wherever you go, there I'll be. Just make sure you keep your heart alone and fancy free. No one else can have it. That's for me. Listen, Dad, we want to tell you something.
Well, let me tell her, huh, Charlie?
Little, what you say means nothing. Now, if we can get together and work this thing out...
I wish you would so I'd know what you're talking about.
You've got pretty blonde hair and big brown eyes.
Ooh, that's for me.
A funny little nose that's just the right size.
Ooh, that's for me.
Kissable lips and a cute little grin.
I've been told I'm not fat.
Well, you're not too thin.
Oh, Grace, you boys will have my head in a whirl.
Oh, Babs, we were rehearsing for some other girl.
Who?
Gracie Allen.
You mean
one that's most for me. You're aloof from the rest, we love you the best.
That's for me.
That's for me. The tilt of your chin when you chuckle or grin. That's for me. That's for me. You might as well know that wherever you go, there I'll be. Just make sure you keep your heart alone and fancy free. No one else can have it, cannot live without it. That's for me.
I know that, Gracie. But I can't use a news item like that. What if he did elope with a girl on the second floor?
Well, he was supposed to elope with a girl on the 4th floor, but the ladder didn't reach.
Gracie, that wouldn't interest Sullivan's readers.
And then they started throwing rice at them, and the rice was very gooey.
Rice isn't gooey.
It is when it's in chow mein.
Well, that's certainly using your noodle.
Oh.
That's my only joke. I better buy hats and stuff. I'd be a scream.
Oh, sure. George, here's a news flash. Why don't you tell about George Jessel getting married?
That's old stuff.
Well, he is, but she isn't.
So far, I haven't got one item. A fine bunch of nincompoops around here.
Oh,
Well, you shouldn't have any trouble, George. After all, the column's only about 1,000 words. Just write what you're thinking about.
Say, that's a good idea. I'll just speak my mind.
That's right. What are you going to do for the other 999 words?
Artie, are you trying to create the impression that I've got an empty head?
Don't pay any attention to him, George. There's nothing in it.
Well, stop helping me.
Senor Burns, if you want to get even with Senor Shaw, why don't you pan him in your column? Just say he's got a face like yours.
You call that a pan?
You call that a face?
I can't see anything wrong with my face.
Well, maybe that's on account of your invectivism.
Gracie, I'd like a few lines I could use in my column.
Well, let's see. Huey Salas is in town.
Huey Salas? Who is Huey Salas?
Oh, he's taking Professor Quiz's place on the radio, that's all.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Huey Salas is taking Professor Quiz's place, huh? Well, I'd better go out and wire this to Sullivan. Soundman, will you open the door?
Please, Mr. Burns, would you mind opening it yourself? I'm watching one of my pet oysters.
Well, is it a male oyster or a female oyster?
Mr. Burns, that would only interest another oyster.
Well, I get the blue point.
Huey Salas. Gee, Gracie, he's that gangster the police are looking for.
Gangster?
Yes. What made you say he's going to take the place of Professor Quiz?
Well, that's what it said in the paper. Huey Salas wanted for questioning.
Well, I read about him, and he's really a bad guy. He's in that restaurant racket. He gets a penny on every plate of soup that's sold.
Gee, can you imagine 50 million people eating soup?
Boy, what a racket. Hello?
George Burns there.
No, he's outside covering Huey Salas.
When I get there, they'll be covering George Burns. This is Huey Salas.
Oh.
Gracie, that Salas is really a bad man. He's a gangster. He'll put the finger on George.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
George is so ticklish.
Well, I got that Huey Salas item in the column. Sullivan says it's great. I can't wait to read it in the paper tomorrow.
Oh, we're not going to dig you up just for that.
You don't have to dig up anything from me. I've got my own news.
Well, don't worry, George. No matter what happens, we'll all be behind you.
Oh, thanks.
Walking slowly.
What's the matter with you people? I never get any cooperation here. I feel like leaving the program and going where I'm appreciated.
Hello? Sam Sweetheart speaking. What? What? You say whenever George leaves the program, you have an opening for him?
Well.
Oh, all right. Goodbye.
Who is that?
Forest Lawn Cemetery.
Now, Artie Shaw will play My Romance.
Un momento, maestro, por favor, no podemos tocar mejor otra cosa, no.
Wait a minute. Senor Lee, what's bothering you?
I do not like that number, maestro. I like ballads like Jimmy with the dark brown hair.
You mean Jeannie with the light brown hair?
She bleached it again?
Look, senor, I'm boss. When I pick a number, I want you to play it.
But I do not like that number. Why don't you play songs like Stardust or Indian Love Call or Mamá yo quiero, mamá yo quiero, mamá yo quiero chupar una chupeta, una chupeta, una chupeta que le vamos al niño a dar. Mamá, mamá, mamá yo quiero, mamá yo quiero. Mamá, yo quiero chupar una chupeta, una chupeta, una chupeta que le vamos al niño a dar. Mamá, 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 me quiere abrazar, mamá, me quiere ya besar. Ya no puedo más resistir, si no vienes, no aseguro que me pasa, mamá, se quiere ya casar. Ya me pregunto, está sentada a mi lado, ya me tiene abrazado, ya me besó.
Well, Senor Lee, that was terrific. That, oh my, she's making eyes at me. Ho, 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 ho. Tonight I'm really in the groove.
You mean in the grave.
Now, quiet. Gracie, will you answer that phone?
Hello? Gracie Allen. Sam's Meatheart and Bisquick's Beauty speaking.
Bisquick's Beauty?
Please, Dad. What? Wasn't that you said, Betty? Oh, I think so too, Betty. Well, sure. They'll make a grand pair. Yes. Oh, they get along swell. Oh, that's wonderful, Betty. Goodbye.
Gracie, is it something I can put in my column?
George, that was Betty Crocker, General Mills' famous cooking expert.
She's getting married?
No, but Spam and Bisquick waffles are.
I see.
Is that a combination? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well, what is this?
Mr. Byrne. Well, let me begin by informing you that two of America's most popular food products get together to bring a grand taste surprise. Spam and Bisquick waffles. It's marvelous. Golden, fluffy waffles topped by a hearty chunk of melting butter and surrounded with sizzling hot slices of lightly browned Spam. The crisp flavor, the juicy, meaty taste of Spam, the delicious appeal of Bisquick waffles, and the syrup sweetness make a perfect meal. Easy to fix, too. Just open a can of Spam, S-P-A-M, grand-tasting meat that's all ready to eat, and fry slices quickly in a hot pan. Save more time by making your waffles with Bisquick, as you get most of your ingredients already combined in this easy-to-use General Mills product. The simple recipe for waffles comes right on the package. Try Spam and Bisquick waffles soon. Get a can or two of Spam, a Hormel product, and a package of Bisquick when you shop tomorrow. You'll be all set to give your family a swell taste surprise.
Spam and waffles, they sure taste fine. Try this meal, it saves you time.
Look, Gracie, the paper is going to press soon. I better get some more news for that column.
Oh, George, I know something that'll kill you.
What's that?
Huey Sallis.
Huey Sallis?
Yeah, he's a racketeer. He's a gangster.
Yeah, George, we might as well tell you that while you were out, he phoned and said he was coming up and take care of you.
Well, all I did was mention his name in my guest column.
Well, that's what he's burned up about. You know, he's really a tough guy. I read in the paper that once a bomb exploded in his back pocket and he didn't even feel it.
Sounds like one of the dead end kids.
So, what am I going to do? I better call the police for protection. Operator, get me the police department.
Hello, police department. Sergeant Mahoney speaking.
Well, this is George Burns. Will you come out right away? I'm in a lot of trouble.
We'll protect you.
Well, there's a gangster coming out after me.
Don't worry.
His name is Huey Sallis.
Wrong number.
Oh, how do you like that? Even the police are afraid of him.
George? Hey, Snoopsy, come out from under the piano. He's not here yet.
Oh, just tying my shoe, not to be afraid.
Well, your troubles are over, George. I got this sawed-off shotgun for you from my brother.
Now, let me try it. Fine sawed-off shotgun. Doesn't work.
Oh, well, how do you like that? He sawed off the wrong end.
Now, look, you got me into this mess and you... Oh, boy, that must be Huey Sallis. What'll I do?
Just hide in my wardrobe closet.
Wardrobe closet?
Yes, just push those dresses back.
Okay.
Come in.
I'm Huey Sallis. Where's George Burns?
Oh, he's not here.
I know he's here, and if any one of you make a move, you're dead.
Oh, we're dead. How can we move? That's the silliest thing that I'm hearing.
Shut up.
Say, he's pretty.
You better not touch Mr. Burns or the police will get hold of you.
The police? Ha! Every time they put me in jail, I break out.
Well, maybe you're eating too many strawberries.
Where is George Burns? I'm going to rub him out.
You're going to do what, senor?
Rub. R-U-B.
Oh, I'm fine. How you be?
You people better come clean. I know he's here, and you better tell me what he's hiding. Is he behind the piano?
Now?
Is he behind the bass drum?
Now?
Is he in the audience?
Now? Ask me if he's in the wardrobe closet.
Is he in the wardrobe closet?
Now? Yes.
Oh. So that's where he is, huh? Come out of that closet, I'll let you have it.
Marty, how do you like that? George is dressed up in Gracie's clothes.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Gracie, darling. Haven't you got a big smile for your Aunt Clara?
Why, Aunt Clara, I didn't recognize you without a shave. Meet a friend of mine. This is, Huey Salas.
How do, Mr. Salas? Aunt Clara, huh? Those look like trousers sticking out from under the dress.
That's Aunt Clara. She wears the pants in her family.
Aunt Clara, you will happen to know what George Burns is. George Burns? Whatever happened to that lovely boy?
He's getting lovelier and lovelier.
I won't leave here until I find George Burns putting my name in the papers. And when I do, I'll take his little neck and go, ah!
Oh.
What's the matter, Aunt Clara?
Oh, it's my girdle. It's killing me. I better get a two-way stretch.
Don't mention stretch. I just got through doing one.
Oh, I just adore bad men. You great big bad man, you.
Is he kidding?
You know, Clara, I've seen a lot of models in my time. You're not a bad-looking dish.
Oh, Huey.
Come here, babe.
No.
Come here, babe.
No. Come here. I'm coming. I'm coming, Huey.
Say, babe, you smell pretty classy. Is that fleur-de-lis $12 an ounce?
No, it's Corona, 3 for half.
Now, Gracie, darling, you mustn't louse up Aunt Clara that way.
Come here, babe. Let's get chummy. Now, tell me, whose little Moll are you?
Yours, Huey.
Whose beautiful eyes are those?
Yours, Huey.
Whose little nose is that?
Yours, Huey.
Whose dimples are those?
Yours, Huey.
When you get to the dress, it's mine, Huey.
Oh, my girdle, it's killing me again.
Come on, babe. Let's go in the park. I'm going to take you for a ride.
Take me for a ride? For a ride? I've got to speak to my mother, Huey. I just can't go.
Come on, babe. You're going.
Oh.
Well, does Huey Salas know that Aunt Clara is really George Burns? Is he taking her for a ride, or is he taking her for a ride? Will George Burns be killed? Will he be shot? Will he be thrown in the river? I hope not. It's my best dress.
I just want to remind you, friends, to try the new breakfast or supper hit, Spam and Waffles. While the waffles are in the iron, just open a can of Spam, cut off thin slices of this tender, juicy meat, and fry quickly in a hot pan. The delicious, meaty flavor of fried Spam, served sizzling hot, is a perfect companion to the golden brown, fluffy waffle topped by a chunk of melting butter. Serve Spam and waffle soon. Be sure to ask for Spam, the meat of many uses, when you shop tomorrow.
Gee, Gracie, isn't it awful about George being taken for a ride?
Yeah, isn't it awful?
Isn't it awful? Isn't it awful?
Poor George. Good night.
Be with us again next Monday night, same time, same station, for another George Burns and Gracie Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. Until then, this is Bud Heaston reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel Chili Con Carne? You may think you don't like chili, but Chili Con Carne, the way Hormel makes it, is different, and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel Chili Con Carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company.